Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to let go even when holding on is causing pain? It's a question that stirs the curiosity of many, a mystery that weaves through the fabric of human experience. Letting go, as simple as it sounds, can be one of the most challenging aspects of life. It's a paradox, isn't it? The very idea that holding on to something could cause more harm than releasing it contradicts our natural instincts to preserve what we have. It's a concept that often leaves us puzzled, questioning why it's so difficult to loosen our grip on the things that weigh us down. Yet it's not just about the physical world. It extends to our thoughts, our feelings, our past, and our expectations. The art of letting go is an integral part of our emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being. It's the acceptance of change, the recognition of impermanence, and the understanding that life, in its essence, is a series of transitions. Consider the wisdom of well-known figures like Buddha, who taught that attachment is the root of all suffering. Or even the renowned physicist Albert Einstein, who once said, "The most important decision we make is whether we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe." These insights hint at the power of perspective and the release of preconceived notions. So what makes letting go so difficult? It's often our fear of the unknown, our reluctance to step out of our comfort zones. We hold on to things because they give us a sense of security, a semblance of control. But in doing so, we restrict our growth, limit our experiences, and close ourselves off to new opportunities. The art of letting go isn't just about release, it's about creating space for new possibilities. It's about embracing the uncertainty of life and transforming it into a journey of self-discovery. So as we delve deeper into this topic, let's challenge ourselves to explore the mystery of letting go and uncover the wonders that it can bring into our lives. Letting go isn't a single action, but a process, a journey. It's like embarking on a voyage where the destination is peace and the route is paved with self-discovery. This journey is not about forgetting nor about discarding our past, but about learning from it, growing from it, and ultimately transcending it. The first step on this journey is acknowledgement. Acknowledging that there's something that needs to be let go of. This could be a grudge, a past relationship, guilt, regret, or even fear. The key here is to recognize its presence and its impact on your life. The next step is understanding. This is where you delve into the why and how of the situation. Why is it difficult for you to let go? How is it affecting your present and potentially your future? Asking these questions can often shine a light on the hidden corners of your emotions. Third comes acceptance. This is the stage where you accept that what's done is done. It's the realization that what happened has happened and cannot be changed. It's about accepting your feelings, your mistakes, your decisions, and realizing that they are a part of who you are. Then we have release. This is the actual act of letting go. It's about consciously deciding to not let your past dictate your present or your future. This might involve forgiveness, whether it's forgiving others or forgiving yourself. It's about making peace with your past and letting it stay there in the past. Finally, we have growth. This is where the magic happens. Once you've let go, you make room for new experiences, new emotions, and new relationships. You grow from your past, you learn from it, and you become a wiser, more understanding person because of it. These steps are not linear. You may find yourself going back and forth between them, and that's okay. The journey of letting go is unique to each individual, and it's not a race. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Your journey of letting go starts with the decision to embark on this path. So take that step today and begin the beautiful journey of letting go. The first step in letting go is acknowledgement. This may seem simple, but it's often the hardest step to take. We cling to our habits, our beliefs, our past, and even our pain, not because they serve us, but because they are familiar. Yet it is in acknowledging the need to let go that we find the strength to start the journey of transformation. Consider the life of Steve Jobs. He was a man of immense talent and ambition, but he too had to learn the art of letting go. Jobs was originally ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. This could have been a devastating blow. But instead, Jobs acknowledged the situation for what it was. He recognized his need to let go of his past and his perceived failures. which led him to found Next and Pixar, two successful ventures that would ultimately pave the way for his triumphant return to Apple. Or take the example of Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in extreme poverty and faced numerous hardships early in life, but she didn't hold on to her past or let it define her future. She acknowledged her need to let go of her past and her pain, and in doing so she was able to transform her life and become an influential figure in media. The power of acknowledgement works in all aspects of life. Whether it's a toxic relationship, a dead-end job, or a harmful habit, the first step to letting go is admitting that it's no longer serving you. It's about recognizing that you deserve better, and that you have the power to create a better reality for yourself. There's a profound wisdom in the words of Lao Tzu, an ancient Chinese philosopher who said, "To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect." It's about admitting that we don't have all the answers, that we're not infallible, and that it's okay to let go of what's not working. Acknowledgement is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and your courage. It's the first step on the path to a better, happier, and more fulfilling life. Acknowledgement is the key that unlocks the door to change. After acknowledgement comes understanding. This is the pivotal step in the art of letting go. We've acknowledged what we're holding on to, but the question remains, why? Why do we cling to things that no longer serve us? Understanding the reason is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, things that were obscured in shadows are laid bare, visible and less intimidating. We can see the shape of our fears, the form of our attachments, and the outline of our insecurities. This is not an easy task, and it can be discomforting. But like a seasoned traveler venturing into unknown territories, we must brave the discomfort for the promise of discovery. Let's take an example of a well-known wise person, Buddha. He held on to his royal life full of luxuries and pleasures, but he understood that this life was not giving him the ultimate satisfaction he sought. He understood his attachment to the material world and the reasons behind it. Once he had this understanding, he could see a different perspective, a path that led him to enlightenment. Understanding our attachments gives us the clarity to see things from a different perspective. It's like looking at a familiar landscape from a different viewpoint. Suddenly, the old appears new, the mundane becomes interesting, and the difficult seems manageable. How can we practice this understanding? Start by asking yourself why. Why am I holding on to this? What's the fear behind it? What am I gaining from it? And what am I losing? These questions can guide you to the root of your attachment, and in understanding the root, you can begin to loosen its grip. Remember, understanding is not a one-time event. It's a process, a journey that requires patience and persistence. There will be times when the understanding will seem elusive, times when you'd want to give up. But stay the course, and you will find that understanding illuminates the path to liberation. It's like peeling an onion. As you peel away each layer of understanding, you get closer to the core, to the essence of your being. And that's where the magic happens, where the art of letting go truly begins to shine. Understanding illuminates the path to liberation. After understanding comes acceptance, a powerful adage that resonates with the art of letting go. The journey of letting go is not about denying or changing reality, but about embracing it as it is. It's about acknowledging the truth in its raw form, no matter how bitter or sweet it might be. Now imagine you're in a beautiful garden. It's full of vibrant, colourful flowers and lush greenery. But in the midst of this beauty, there's a wilted flower. You might feel the urge to pluck it out, to maintain the garden's perfection. But in doing so, you would be denying the reality of life's cycle. Each flower, each leaf, has its own time to bloom and wilt. Accepting this reality brings a sense of peace and tranquility to the garden's observer. This is the essence of acceptance. Acceptance isn't about passivity, giving up or resigning to fate. It's about understanding the nature of things, their impermanence, and embracing them as they are. It's about realizing that life is a blend of joys and sorrows, triumphs and failures, beginnings and endings. Take, for example, the wise Buddha. His teachings revolve around the concept of acceptance. He taught us to accept suffering as a part of life, and through this acceptance we can attain enlightenment. Another great example is the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who emphasized that freedom comes from accepting things we cannot control and focusing on those we can. So, how do we practice acceptance? Start by observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Allow them to exist without trying to suppress or change them. Practice mindfulness, be present in the moment, and accept it as it is. Over time, you'll find that acceptance brings a sense of peace and tranquility. It allows you to see things clearly without the veil of denial or resistance. Remember, accepting reality doesn't mean you stop striving for growth or change. On the contrary, it gives you a clear vision of where you stand and where you want to go. It's a stepping stone towards transformation. It's about taking the reins of your life, not despite the reality, but with it. Acceptance paves the way for transformation. Embrace the reality as it is and watch the wonders unfold in your life. Release is the actual act of letting go. It's the moment when the burden of what's been holding us back is finally lifted. It's like a bird freed from a cage, spreading its wings and taking flight. But how do we encourage this release in our daily lives? Well, it starts with acknowledgement. Recognizing what no longer serves us is the first step. This could be a grudge you've been holding or a fear that's been limiting you. Once you've identified what's holding you back, you can start the process of letting it go. Next, we enter the phase of acceptance. This involves coming to terms with the fact that this burden, this obstacle, is part of your past, not your present, not your future. It's something you've carried, not something you need to continue to carry. Acceptance can be tough, but it's a necessary step on the path to release. Now we move to forgiveness. This might involve forgiving yourself or forgiving others. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting what happened or absolving someone of their actions. It's about releasing the power that this event or person has over you. It's about reclaiming your peace. The final step is the act of release itself. This is when we consciously decide to let go. One way to do this is through visualization. Imagine taking that burden and placing it in a balloon. Then, watch as you release the balloon into the sky, seeing it drift further and further away until it's out of sight. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders as you say goodbye to what no longer serves you. Consider the wisdom of Buddha, who once said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned." By releasing what no longer serves us, we free ourselves from the burns of the past and open ourselves up to the possibilities of the future. Release is the bridge to a new beginning, so cross that bridge, let go, and see the wonders that await you on the other side. Growth is the beautiful outcome of letting go. Let's think about this. When we release the burdens that weigh us down, be they past regrets, unfulfilled expectations, or toxic relationships, we clear a path for growth. We open ourselves up to new possibilities, opportunities, and experiences. This is the true essence of letting go. Remember the story of Steve Jobs. He was ousted from the company he had built from the ground up. While it was a bitter pill to swallow, he chose to let go of his resentment and disappointments. This venture not only marked a new chapter in his life, but it also led to a series of innovations which eventually brought him back to Apple. His act of letting go led to tremendous personal and professional growth. Oprah chose not to let her past define her. She let go of her pain and used her experiences to fuel her passion for change. Today, she stands as a beacon of inspiration, her growth a testament to the power of letting go. So, how does one practice letting go? It begins with acceptance. Accept the past for what it is. Understand that it cannot be changed. Then, make a conscious decision to release any negative emotions tied to it. This isn't about forgetting the past or pretending it didn't happen. It's about making peace with it. Once you've done this, focus on the present. Embrace the here and now. This is your moment, your time to shine. Cultivate positivity and gratitude. Seek joy in the little things. Remember, growth doesn't always mean monumental changes. Sometimes it's the subtle shifts in perspective that make the biggest difference. Growth is the reward of the brave act of letting go. It's a journey that requires courage, patience, and resilience. But the destination, well, that's nothing short of extraordinary. In our journey today, we've explored the art of letting go. We began by acknowledging the weight we carry. those burdens that hinder our growth. We then dove into understanding these burdens, their roots, and their impact on our lives. Acceptance followed, a crucial step where we recognize our feelings and experiences for what they are, without judgment or denial. We learned about the act of release, of consciously choosing to let go, to liberate ourselves from the shackles of the past. This act, though challenging, paves the way for growth. We discovered how growth is an inevitable outcome of letting go, as we make room for new experiences, opportunities, and a profound sense of peace. We also shared examples of wise individuals who've mastered this art, their stories serving as an inspiration for us all. Remember, the art of letting go is a journey, not a destination. So embark on your journey today and unlock the wonders it holds for you.